Before I was using AI to retouch my portraits, I was using Lightroom and Photoshop to retouch my portraits manually. So that's the process I'm gonna show you guys right now in this video. Now, granted, Lightroom has some new AI-powered options to make your portrait retouching way easier, and we're gonna go through them, and I'm also gonna show you how I used to do it in the past. So let's go right to it. This has already been edited, but it hasn't been retouched. If you can see closely, her skin hasn't been softened, and there's a lot of things I could have done here. The way I would have gone about this in the past is I would have grabbed the brush right here, and I would have brushed all over her skin wherever I want her skin to be softened. I'm just gonna do this quick so you guys can get an idea of it. And then I would have brought down the clarity and the texture so as to soften her skin. Now, by doing that, I'm bringing down the details so that when I compare this to the previous photo, the details on the right are way softer than the details on the left. After doing that, I would grab the brush, I will brush her eyes, then I would brighten her eyes, etc, etc, etc. Now, this is part of the process I told you I used to use before using AI. But now, Photoshop has something called Adaptive Portraits. So I'm gonna delete this right here. And I'm gonna show you guys what it's all about. Right here on the left, I have all these different presets that you can see. Sky, subject, blur, deep skin. If I open the Adaptive Portrait tab, I can see I have Enhanced Portrait, Glamour Portrait, Polished Portrait, Gritty Portrait, and then some just separate options like Smooth Facial Skin, Enhanced Eyes, Whitened Teeth, Eyebrows, Beard, Hair, etc, etc. So the first four here are like presets. So when you apply them, you're gonna see a combination of some of the other options down here so as to give you like a finished polished version. So technically speaking, I could just click on Enhanced Portrait and I would get a finished version of the portrait already having been retouched. If you see here, this portrait has already been retouched, and if I open up the selections tab, I can see that it selected her skin right here. It brought the clarity and texture down. So those are all the different options, and they already all have different values applied to them to get a result. If I wanted to make her skin even softer, I could bring the clarity down. I'm gonna exaggerate a little so you can see the changes. Now that's too much, even though some of you do this. I've seen you guys, don't think I haven't noticed. But I would never recommend going so low on the clarity, just a little lower, and that's it. And right then and there, without doing much, I already have a retouched portrait. Now, if I don't like this kind of preset right here, I can delete everything the preset has done, which was the Enhanced Portrait. I can do the Glamour Portrait right here. I click on it and immediately I'm gonna get all the different changes it's done. Now you can clearly see that this one did something to her lips. I'm definitely gonna erase that, but it softened her skin, it brightened her eyes, and this one, I think it softened her hair too. Let's see what different changes it did. Okay, so I have the face right here, I have the eyes. Oh, eyebrows. This one selected eyebrows. This one selected hair, like I told you. Pupils, lips. This is the one I don't like. The Glamour Portraits has more options than the Enhanced Portraits. Okay, so let's try the Polished Portrait preset. I'm gonna click on it right here, and I'm gonna get a quick result. Let's see what it did. Face. Oh, this one's applying changes to the skin of the body, to the texture of the skin of the body. Eyes again, eyebrows again, lips. There's no beard. That's why there's a warning here. This is the beard one, and then the hair. Now, if you see the difference between this and the original non-retouched photo, we have this right here. So you can see it does something, right? This is a pretty interesting one. Now, there's another one on the list that I don't really like too much, the Gritty Portrait. So that's gonna give us a lot of texture and a lot of details we don't really want, but the option is there. So what it does is, just like you see here, all the details in her skin, instead of being softened, they're enhanced. So the clarity is enhanced, and it's not very flattering, but it's there for some people that wanna do some experimental portraits. Now, I can use the different preset options, or I can apply each edit separately, all by using these options here. Now, remember, you can select the option, but you can also manipulate the values of the option. This is not final. It's not like you click on it and then you can't do anything about it. You can make the changes more noticeable, or you can bring the changes down. And that's way easier than before, like I showed you when I had to select each part of her face individually to get to the result I really wanted. And like any option in Lightroom, I can retouch one portrait and I can copy that edit to a lot of different portraits to get more or less the same result. Okay, so we're done. That's basically how long it took me to edit one portrait inside of Lightroom. Now I'm gonna do the same thing, but inside of Aftershoot Retouch. Okay, so we have the same portrait. I'm gonna scroll so I can get closer to the image so I can see my face. And I'm gonna basically move the sliders. Acne, freckle, blemish removal, forehead wrinkle, eye bags, that was a big one. Teeth whitening, just a little, not too much. Face smoothing, that's good. Oh, face shine, nice. It didn't have this one the first time I tried it. Let's get rid of that too. And that's basically all that I did, right? Oh, the neck. Body smoothing, I guess. There we go. Not, let's see what it does. Maybe a little more. And nice job. Can we see the before and after here? Yes. Before and after. Before. Oh, I like how it got rid of the face shine here and it reduced the face shine here too. Look at that. And after. Face shine, where are you? I want to bring it to the end. Boom. And I would say this portrait is pretty much done. Now, as you can see, there is a huge time difference with me editing the portrait manually and Aftershoot Retouch doing it for me. Now, you gotta remember, this is just me editing or retouching one image. If I wanted to retouch more images, I would have to manually go and select the face, select the teeth, try to delete the little freckles and blemishes and whatever time it took me to retouch that first portrait, I would have to double it or triple it or times 10 or times 20, depending on how many portraits I have. But if I use Aftershoot Retouch, all I gotta do is copy the settings and just paste them along a group of photos, and then I'm done. So in reality, even though just retouching one photo is quicker, when you're thinking about 20, 30 images, you're definitely gaining time. So there you go. That's how you can retouch your portraits using different AI-powered options that we can now find inside of Lightroom. But remember, the best way to get the best results in no time, the best way to get professional results in no time is using Aftershoot Retouch and letting AI do the work for you. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to follow Aftershoot in all of our social media to be always up to date with the latest we have to offer. See you guys in the next one. Bye.